And we find ourselves in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Minnesota Vikings. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Great. Drag it. 81. Hey, stack.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fowler. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. Space to maneuver at the 40. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett, as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. They'll run with Foreman. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Now Foreman. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second.
And they're waving pressure too much. Down he goes.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
One hallmark of good defenses, quarterbacks understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Come back, come back. Blue lady. Blue lady. Come back, come back.
To throw on second is Watson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Now Thompson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
To throw is Watson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. With the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On the ground, it's Thompson. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Ty Montgomery, his second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And now out comes Minnesota. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Wentz going to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, Wentz. And he comes back with one complete. fights through. A big play there on the catch and run, and even 60 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his right. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Wentz to throw on second down. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
Partney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you say, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Now Wentz will keep it. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it. 1st and goal. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. And they've got it here with a first down. Here's Foreman. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Cortland Sutton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And now here come the Ravens. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Watson steps away to his left. Finding room at the 30. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Watson. And this one is incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Third and long. It's Watson. On the move to his left. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A carry for Foreman. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's Wentz to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
To throw, it's Wentz. He's got the first down inside the 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Wentz now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Throwing is Wentz. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. He got halfway home there, down to the 1, but a good job of keeping him out of the end zone.
Exactly. Halfway home isn't all the way home, right? So they feel pretty good about keeping him out on that play.
Here we go. 120.
Now a toss play. This is Foreman. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Carlson now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. A give. This is Montgomery. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They run it here with Thompson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Two minutes to go here in the first half. More from Minneapolis after this. From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Richmond. Tiger. Come back. Tiger. Come back.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here. 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Wentz.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
From his end zone, it's Wentz on 3rd and long. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, on comes the Viking kicker, Daniel Carlson. Fielded at about the 28. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit from the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing again is Watson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, here's Watson. And he's got Lockett. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Now they'll run it on the toss. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, that's Thompson. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Chris Thompson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Wentz now on 1st down. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Cameron Jordan in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Wentz. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Now Montgomery. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll run with Thompson. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Target. Richmond.
On first down, Watson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Reset. Richmond.
Watson off play action. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick, but instead it falls down incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. On 2nd and 10, Watson. Wide open receiver complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
Richmond.
To the air yet again, Watson. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
On any first and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
They'll give it to him up the middle. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They come out here in the eye. On 3rd down, it's Thompson, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Chris Thompson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Ravens have broken the tie.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker. Try
and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On play action, Wentz. Throw left side complete. It's Fowler. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Throwing right, and that's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 11 more on that one, and another first down. And they'll go on the ground. And an alley to run. And room there to work it inside the 25. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
Again, it's Foreman. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Cortland Sutton with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Dancing to his left. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Partners, we well know long kickoff returns set up big-time momentum for the team with the ball. But how about the defense? They've gone on the field, understood the situation, and really held up strong.
They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And his kick is good. And they have regained the lead. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro. That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They go play action here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. And incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
Back to the air. Watson on 2nd down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
On the ball.
They run again with Foreman. And he'll find a little space. He gets this up near the 10. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Wentz. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Kevon Seymour.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Again, a run with Thompson. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Chris Thompson, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wentz. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Wentz now on first down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Finding room to the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Cameron Jordan in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Shorty. What's on? Let's find 7. What's on?
Now we've got movement up front. And I think think this is going to be on Minnesota. And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Working from the gun, Wentz. That is caught at the 7. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one goes for 24 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Carlson now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll go deep down the middle. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Watson now throwing again on 2nd and 10. And he fends him off. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. We're looking at this situation. If they get a field goal out of this, it helps. But a touchdown would really help into going to secure the victory.
And know what I'm thinking right here? In the West Coast offense, in their parlance, every time they throw the football, they say you're either throwing it for a touchdown or a check down. In this case, it's either taking time off the clock or getting that touchdown that really puts you in firm control. I think they'll go either way on this one.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. On the toss, here's Foreman. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's Wentz to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And the Ravens taking the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
That one goes for 24 yards.
Richmond.
He's back to throw. It's caught. Lockett. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Down. Green the line. Tiger.
Back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Come back.
They'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. First things first here, they got to pick up the first down.
And remember, it is 4th down, so they've got to pick up a completion here. Otherwise, this one's over.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down.
Hey, back 22.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw.